Point. Alright. Makes total sense. Yeah. So, I think the team's ready to go. Check the depth chart one last time, as always. But offense is looking good, other than we need Desmond Ritter to develop. We need, preferably, as my cat cries at me, preferably I want to see that yellow. I want to see some superstar dev for Dez. Superstar Dez. And then on defense, it's still coming along. Like, the secondary looks great right now. But Gilmore's probably just a one-year rental. We got to re-sign AJ. Richie Grant also is going to need to be re-signed. And we could do better at linebacker for the future, but it's what we're riding with for now. There's our rookie as a recap. Damon Payne. He's already played 170 snaps just in preseason, which I simmed through off screen. The offensive line's looking good. Everyone's under contract. Except for, Dahlman, I guess, our backup center. He'll probably... If he's cheap, I'll bring him back for depth. If not, he's going to go somewhere else. Special teams, I know Koo missed some kicks last year. That needs to change. Marvin's going to handle kickoff return duties for a year. I didn't even mention Chubb yet, but Nick Chubb is in town. Here's our practice squad. Future backups, potentially. Chris Paul is back. I think he's the only one that's back from last year. I believe that's correct. So, let's go ahead and get into it. The 2024 regular season now. We're going to start with 2 division games. Feature USFL stars. That's probably true, sadly. Alright. Can we go to Carolina, start the season off with a big dub? Yes, we can. 35-23. It's a nice way to start. By the way, I am using auto-generated draft classes from here on. I'm not going to even attempt to find a 2025 draft class. That's silly. Nick Chubb's disappointed, even though we won. But we still get XP, so that's fine. He can be disappointed as long as we're winning every game. That doesn't matter to me. The last one was gross. Bears taking QB even when Fields was there. Yeah, and I believe Fields will be higher overall for most of the duration of both of their contracts. Maybe they just don't re-sign Fields. We go interception goal. We got 3 superstar corners and a superstar free safety. Mal, yep. Big Mal. Sorry, let me have this side conversation with my cat. Upgrades, people, upgrades. Lots more upgrades this season. That would be Oreo. He's mad because I shut my door. Oreo and Poof are those who remain. Oh, Broderick Jones. I need to... Shoot. He needs to upgrade his pass protection. That's fine. I had a birthday cake named after you last night. Very nice. Pass pro. You know what? He probably could have switched out to tackle or something. I mean, he's a little small for tackle, but just happened to draft, you know, 2 star dev linemen in the first draft, so. Ritter, let's throw a field general in there. Deep, mid, short, under pressure. Basically everything but awareness. Which is sad because I don't know what his ceiling will be if he still keeps that low awareness. Like, he had a pretty good season last year, but he did throw 18 picks. We really shouldn't be throwing as much now that we have Chubb anyway, so I'm hoping we can just run the football and win games. That'd be ideal. Jalen Mayfield in real life I think has a chance to start. Because you got Dahlman. Is Dahlman or Hennessy the starting center? I guess it'd be Hennessy, wouldn't it? And then Lindstrom, of course, is at right guard. So maybe there's a chance Jalen Mayfield starts this year, but that's a competition, I guess. Who was it I saw was working out at the Bama Pro Day? Was it, it was one of those giant linemen. Was it DJ Fluker? Maybe? Possibly. Bring back, and wasn't he on the Falcons before? Bring back DJ Fluker. That left guard. Even though he's like 38. He's probably not that old. How old is DJ Fluker? As a sidebar here. He is only 32. Which, granted, for an offensive lineman who hasn't played now in, what, 2 years at least? 11th overall pick back in the day, yeah. He was an interesting player because I think he played, I don't know if he played left tackle at Bama at all, but I know he played some right tackle and then guard as well. And that was kind of what his in-between role in the NFL was. Like, is he a right tackle? Is he a guard? Chargers and Giants. I don't know if he was on the Falcons. Maybe not. Oh, you know who I'm thinking of? James Carpenter, who also, I believe, went to Bama. As we beat the Saints by a touchdown. Yeah, he was on the Ravens. Carpenter, indeed. Okay. I think that's who I was thinking of. Oh. Justin Herbert's on the Saints. I was like, why are they talking about Herbert? What? Yeah, Herbert is on the Saints. And we beat him. So, you know, that's good. Glad that won't happen IRL. Surely not, right? Surely the Chargers wouldn't let their quarterback go to the Saints, right? Let's run the football. Surely he won't go to the Saints, win a Super Bowl, and become a Hall of Famer, right? Lots of good upgrades to have here. Drake London. Let's go deep threat. I know, you know, making him a scheme fit is something I talked about a lot yesterday, but it's just gonna be, if I feed the playmaker spot, it's gonna take like 5 upgrades to get there. Last night I simmed the 27-28 season. Super Bowl against the Bengals. That's where I stopped I'm gonna watch his rookie QB somehow replace Lamar, led them to the Super Bowl. Hopefully it's a good sim for you. I know simcast watching things sometimes they get a little wild and wacky, so hopefully it's a good game throughout. You're telling me Marvin Harrison Jr. is a 70 physical? 70. What are we doing with this draft class? Like, he's a good player still at 77. He was, what, 76 out of the draft, I guess. Why was he in the second round? I just don't understand. Ninth overall in passing yards, but one league MVP. Not even number one in NFC seed either. A lot of touchdowns then, jeez. I remember watching simcast games with you. It always goes badly. Raiders rebuild 1.0 on Madden. What was that, 18, I think? Man, we're getting old. 5 years ago, bro. Harrison's physical was probably 90. What is that? I mean, even as a rookie, I would expect it to be like 75. I feel like he'd be very balanced when he goes to the league as a rookie, like 75 or higher in each category. Troy Anderson, man, I wish he would get Stardev, bro. He's just a big dude. Yeah, physical is like moves, I guess, so like break tackle and trucking for receivers. I don't know exactly either, but he really needs to get Stardev this year. Otherwise, it's going to be Mykal Walker 2.0. I think it already is Mykal Walker. Even if he gets star. Troy. Troy. Yeah, playmaker. Let's see, they replaced deep threat with playmaker this year, right? Yeah, I'd say playmaker. He's a playmaker and a shot caller. Oh man. Shout out to DJ Steve Porter. Some great remixed songs back in the day on ESPN. Zach Pickens also doesn't really have a chance to be a starter, unfortunately. Neither does Nate Landman, but he's here. So the priorities this year, I believe, is Lindstrom signed? You know, I said the whole offensive line was signed, but have we already paid Lindstrom? It's AJ Terrell needs a new deal. I can't think of who else. So before we go to negotiate, let's check our salaries for the entire team. Oh, it's Nick Chubb. Got it. Okay. Now, see how we have 45 million in cap space? A lot of that is rollover from last year. So you see we have 252 million that we're paying this year in salaries. But the actual cap is at 265. So we don't want to rely on rollover year to year, or else there'll be a year eventually where we're like way over. So I do want to re-sign Nick Chubb. And I do want to re-sign AJ Terrell. However, Stephon Gilmore, I'm probably going to need that $15 million. So he's probably going to be gone. Just a 1-year rental. And I'm also glad about the Ayuk contract. I like him. He is our best receiver. But that's awfully expensive. 24 million. So, yeah, this is a 2-year rental to try to get us... Try to help Ritter developing and try to help us win now. Basically, it was the idea with him. Who else is on a one-year deal? Richie Grant. I also want to re-sign him. And he shouldn't be too expensive as a free safety, but he is a superstar, and we might have to overpay him based on if he wants to be here or not. Probably not. Deion Jones also, we're going to let him test. There's not going to be any sense in paying him at 30. Punter. Depth. Dahlman. I'll see what he wants. If he wants to stay and be the backup, he could potentially start eventually after Jake Matthews is gone, somewhere on the line. We are going to more than likely pay Ritter. You know, it may not be a huge mega contract, thankfully, but he is going to continue to get better. So we got 2 more years of him being cheap. Depth. Maybe come back on a cheap deal. Same with Schaefer. Depth. And then Matt down here. I wanted to have the mentor tag at quarterback, because that also helps Ritter as far as XP, and it also makes him more likely to stay, because one of his tags was to have a mentor on the roster. So, alright, let's head into negotiations, see who we got first. We got 76 million according to that. Nick Chubb does have re-sign interests. He wants a big contract, but he is a 99 X factor. AJ Terrell does not have interests. This is interesting. Mariota was the mentor. I'm out. This is interesting. Stephon Gilmore actually wants to be here. AJ Terrell wants to go bye-bye. I would vastly prefer those to be opposite, because AJ Terrell's only going to get better. Gilmore's already 33. Richie Grant has about half. He should be easy to get back, though. He's not even asking for $5 million per year. Deion Jones, he wants a 3-year deal. No. Maybe he does end up coming back if there's no better options, but not on a 3-year deal. Dahlman wants $4.5 million. Okay, can't bring back Dahlman. Mayfield wants about $2 million. Probably should let him walk. Darren Hall wants $2 million. That's not terrible for a backup lineman, but we can still get cheaper and younger. Nate Landman, yeah, we could probably get better, honestly, and cheaper and younger. Okay, so definitely Chubb. Definitely trying with Terrell. Maybe we end up having to franchise tag him, though, because that's going to be a huge contract he's going to want. I don't think we're going to be able to keep Gilmore. I think we let him go. But I also want Richie Grant. So let's start with Nick Chubb. He wants 5 years. Now here's the thing. IRL, you would not want to pay your 28-year-old running back a 5-year contract. You see it with like Saquon even, who's only like 25. And the Giants are like, we don't really want to, we don't know. So, what I am going to try to do, I'm not going to give him like 2 years, but what if we go down to 4 years? He'll be 32. I think 4 years is, but now I'll up the money. This feels like a reasonable deal. This is only $13 million per year for a 99 X Factor running back. That's below market value. Christian McCaffrey's getting 15 plus. Derrick Henry, I believe, is getting 15 plus. It's not like he's going to fall off in game. You know what I mean? Like in real life, Nick Chubb at 32. Probably not going to look the same as 28. But he's not going to regress that much because he has X Factor. So, with that in mind, Nick Chubb, come on back. And he signs for 4 years. That's big. I feel like Jonathan Taylor and Nick Chubb are 99 overall and stay in the top 3 league rushers for multiple seasons in the Sims. Definitely. Yeah, I'm glad to get him on 4 as opposed to 5, just because we can renegotiate that deal when he's older and maybe not as expensive. But yeah, you're right. Taylor, he always develops really nicely. We can't negotiate with Grant or Gilmore yet anyway. Let's talk to AJ. You have injuries off too, which I never do, so you're even safer with that option. I used to like messing around with injuries, like on older Maddens, but again, like even on 21 where the menus aren't so bad, I don't really like having them on because I don't like having to deal with the extra steps. I know that sounds goofy probably. And then on 23 it's just so slow. It's just so slow. I hate it, but I keep it for realistic purposes. Yeah, it's completely fair too. This is a large contract, AJ. I want to keep it under 100 million total, so I'm going to keep it at 5 years. Again, this really isn't even that bad. I think we gave more to Trayvon Diggs, to be honest. Let's see what he thinks. He does not like it. AJ Terrell does not want to be an Atlanta Falcon in-game. So what are his tags then? Let's see what he's working with here. He wants to have a mentor. Oh. You're telling me Gilmore's not a mentor? He likes the scheme, and he's okay with the historic record. He just wants a mentor. I'm sorry, AJ. What, have you talked to Matt Ryan? He'll throw you the ball in practice. Yeah, I guess Gilmore doesn't have the tag. What does he have? He has no tags. I don't know what to say on that one. Well, I can say right now there's no chance we're going to lose AJ Terrell. I will franchise tag him if I need to. However, I don't think we re-sign Gilmore. I'd like to keep him, but I also don't want to bury myself over the cap and then, oh, I need to trade or cut some players, and I can't trade him because I just re-signed him. And we got to keep money for the future for, I mean, we just re-signed Chubb. We're going to have to sign Dez. So we'll have to look at him in free agency in the offseason. Check the free agent list. Always a plethora of running backs and corners there. Surely that has a mentor tag. I could maybe trade one of my younger developmental corners, because I am at 53 players, so I'll have to get rid of somebody. Could trade DTR as well. It's not like he's gonna play really. Or I could trade one of the corners, which would be, I guess, Stevens down here. He's 26. He's got future starter and trade target young. Let's go ahead and trade him. See if anyone has interest. I doubt. Yeah, no interest. So let's see if there's a team where he'd be like the 4th corner. Here he'd be in a competition with Benford. He would definitely be better than McMichael. And they would barely be able to keep him under the cap. So let's try to get a pick for him. maybe a 6th. And there's the 6th. And now to go sign a mentor. Nick Chubb should probably be a captain, by the way, but I've got my 6 already. I think. Do I? Khalil Herbert, top free agent. Don't need a running back, unfortunately. Alright, let's look for whoever is the best mentor here. A lot of bridge players. Bridge mentor, Xavier Rhodes. Rhodes closed. He's coming to Atlanta to be our like 5th corner. I'm not sure how much this will actually affect his like the bar or anything, but we'll see. We'll see. I like giving captaincy to people who have been on the roster for at least a full season. Yeah, that's a good point too. I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure who all my captains are right now, though. Yeah, 85 speed for Xavier now. Let's honestly, let's put Jalen Hawkins in the corner depth chart since he's not starting anymore. He's got really good zone coverage, but his press and man are not as good as JK. And then let's check our slot, because it likes to change things up. That looks fine. And did it change anything else about our depth chart? It did. Oh man, it did. I traded and then signed one guy. All gears should be there. That seems fine. It changed the entire depth chart, man. It didn't used to do this. Even on this game, it didn't used to do this. Look. Why is Chris Lindstrom at tackle? Chris Lindstrom should never be playing tackle. See, this is why I do this off stream, because it takes 10 minutes. Look at the dead space between each player change. No. None of that made sense. True. It does not make any sense. No, why would Davenport need to be here? He's already starting. Yeah. Why would the entire team depth chart change from a single position trade plus sign? Yep. You're asking the correct question, Mullet, and I don't have at all of an answer for you. I couldn't begin to understand why that is. I know for a fact it was fine before we started, and you can see when I was going over the depth chart earlier that it was fine. Did I have another free safety? No. Kind of shafted Darren Hall by getting Jeremy Chin here as well, but it is what it is. No, I don't want Lindstrom as the long snapper. He's already being the starting center. Why would he be the long snapper too? Long snapper sounds like a breed of fish. A little bit. Back to the rebuild. Almost back to the rebuild. Like, why would they switch sides needlessly? The left should be on the left, and the right should be on the right. Why does it change? Why does it switch them every time? I don't want Hawkins at sub linebacker. I want Troy Anderson. For now. I already got corner. And then the practice squad. Gee whiz, man. I feel like I simmed that Saints game about 30 minutes ago. What else was I wanting to look at? Oh, I can't negotiate. They took it away. Alright, we'll see the bar next week. Let's see if we can beat Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals. We can. We're 3-0. And Tampa Bay somehow is also 3-0. Let's go straight to AJ Terrell here. As Xavier Rhodes has interest. Okay. He does not have any higher interest than he did. Why? Mentor at position. No players have tag. Huh? Rod's pleading on his knees to keep his job. I'm sorry, dude. I don't understand why this wouldn't update. It's been a week. We signed a mentor. Man. I guess I upped the offer. This is $19 million per year. Oh, and he signs. Okay, maybe it's a cosmetic problem where it still doesn't say. But I mean, I did up the offer by what, $5 million there. So, all right, we're gonna let Gilmore go to free agency. I do want Richie Grant back. We can talk to him in week 5. Everybody else, unfortunately, is gonna have to just go to free agency. We're not really freeing up any money from anybody there either, so it's going to be mostly just we got to fill out a roster with cheap depth from the draft. That's going to be the priority there. As Caleb Williams, NFC Offensive Player of the Week, but Deion Jones in there with 2 sacks, 2 on the Steelers. Didn't you call that? Pretty sure you called that in the last episode. 2 to the Steelers. Sure did. Pretty rainy IRL here today as well. As a side note. QB check-in. Well, we're 3-0. Oh, you said Jalen Hurts. Herbert and Tua would wind up elsewhere, one of them being the Steelers. Yeah, you still got the Steelers signing a quarterback to go over Kenny Pickett. We're going to praise Desmond. As I said last episode, we're going to coddle Desmond Ridder into a superstar X Factor player. We're going to be overbearing with our love for Desmond until he becomes an elite quarterback. And big important upgrades. Kyle Pitts. I keep going into possession and he keeps going up in overall, so he is going to hit 99. He's only 23 still? How? This is his 4th year. He's 23. AJ. Man, I'd like to go man, but I want him to keep his scheme fit. Go zone. I'd like to see a breakdown, like how many plays in the sim we actually run man coverage and how many we run zone coverage. The scheme is to run zone, so that should be primarily what it does. But we also have 3 really good cover corners, so we could play man if we wanted. Either way. Carter Warren, our potential left tackle of the future. Playing right tackle this year. Did Broderick Jones get another upgrade here? Or not yet? No, not yet. Okay. We need another big O-line, like mass O-line increase. That'd be nice. Matt Hennessy, I'm still not, like, completely in on as a long-term starter. If we can get a better upgrade, especially in the draft. Like if there's a really good looking guard available. Or really any position coming out of the automated draft classes can go anywhere basically. This guy's probably never going to start, but he's really good depth. He's the 43rd ranked left tackle, so he's close to being a starting caliber tackle. It's not bad. Cam McGrone, I actually thought was going to be pretty good coming out of Michigan. He had an injury, he got drafted by the Patriots, and then he ended up on the Colts, and he didn't even seem to be a good special teams player. Maybe he's a better defensive player than a special teams guy, you know, but it is what it is. Greetings, Shadow. Welcome to year 2, 2024 season, and part 2 of the Mullet / Kendrick birthday extravaganza rebuild special. As we are now 4-0 somehow. It's got to be Nick Chubb. let's drop the somehow and let's just call it what it is. It's Nick Chubb. As we wait. That's okay, Desmond. It's okay. You just turn around, you hand that ball off to Nick Chubb, bro. Wyatt Millum out here like ain't 43 better than me. Yeah, true. Just going around to pro days working out as a left tackle. Not referring to any Cams or Newtons here, by the way. No, of course not. So this is kind of interesting. Nick Chubb is a 99 power back, but he's only 89 elusive and only 73 receiving. I guess we go elusive. He got a speed upgrade. And acceleration. I mean, if anything, like his agility is kind of low. He doesn't really have a spin move. He can, you know, he's capable of catching. His pass block isn't that bad. What are his tags? I don't remember looking, if I did. Playoff contender, which we are. Team has franchise QB, we do not. Nick Chubb does not view Desmond Ridder as a franchise QB. That's kind of tough. Alright, Trayvon Diggs already is a zone cover guy, so let's go with slot. Which should give us man coverage. Yep. And then tackle awareness. Okay. Not bad. Oh, we can negotiate with Richie Grant. Sorry, Gilmore. Again, is there anyone else I really want to negotiate with the rest of the year? I don't think so. Basically, this whole draft class here is just gone. Yeah, let's bring back Richie. Let's see what his tags are, too. Highest offer. Well, he also would like a mentor, and he's fine with the scheme. He only wants a 3-year deal. Bro, what? This is like nothing. If he takes this... You know what, there's 33 million. Offer's perfect. Alright. We gave him an extra 3 million spread out over 5 years. It's not that bad. And we are now done re-signing players for the year, so I no longer have to edit, or I no longer have to go into this screen. Yeah, I definitely feel like that was a steal. 20, what was he, 25 with Superstar? He's already an 80. It's a good contract. Yeah, safeties don't typically demand a whole lot. I forgot, by the way, earlier I was going to look at the mock draft. Is that possible? That is possible. Yeah. Was that a quarterback from Citadel? Did I see that right? We got some right tackles going very high. There's your Will Anderson type of player. Quarterback from UL Monroe, Cody Tyler. Ohio State guy. Nice to see. Another right tackle. So there's going to be a run on right tackles this year. There's a left tackle, there's right tackles everywhere. Everywhere. They're everywhere. An Alabama center. Left tackle, left guard, right tackle, left tackle. Right guard. Holy moly. That's a lot of offensive linemen in the first round. Felt like it was every other pick. Okay, Cody Tyler, it says Central. My bad. His region is Central. You know, something I haven't looked at in this is scouts. Maybe I should edit my scouts here. Well, my national scout already has offensive line, so... That's fine. Whatever. Heck, UL Monroe isn't any better. Not really traditionally, no. Although it wasn't UL Monroe, wasn't that why can't I think of my man's name here? Wasn't that Terry Bradshaw? UL Monroe? Let's see. Now obviously it's been a long time since Terry Bradshaw was in college, so. Oh, that was Louisiana Tech, not UL Monroe. LA Tech, yeah. So, yes, UL Monroe. Not traditionally, but maybe this is the year. Alright, we are done negotiating. All we have to do now is wait through the cutscenes and things it gives us and update or upgrade players. Marcus Davenport. This is another guy. I don't know if he's going to be here through the duration of his contract. He may get traded. but we kind of have to find somebody better in order to want to trade him. Kind of like the running back situation where I gave Jamal Williams a 2-year deal, and then when I'm thinking about it, it's like we really need a true #1 running back. So let's go get Nick Chubb. Let's get a pick back for Jamal Williams. I will say also, um, the Lions ended up cutting Jamal Williams because he was a free agent in the preseason, but he did get signed somewhere because he wasn't there the last time I checked. So the Lions gave me, I wasn't a second round pick. They recouped me a second round pick from after trading for Chubb, and then they're like, we don't need Jamal back. We'll just cut him. Oh, I didn't even notice we lost, by the way. We lost to the Vikings. Buccaneers are still perfect 5-0. See if we can beat the Giants here. Had a dream last night that Carr left the Saints and went to the Jets. The sports world was losing their minds because Rodgers was basically screwed. We do beat the Giants. You know, the Jets still could pull like the Lamar Jackson move. Or they could trade up maybe, because they're pick 13. They'd probably have to go to 3 to do that, but this is Drake London once again with a superstar chance. Probably won't be Carr getting traded in the same offseason, but that is interesting. You know, maybe the Packers ultimately don't budge, and they say, you know, we don't want to trade that much for Aaron Rodgers, so thanks, but no thanks. This is also a superstar chance again for Desmond Ridder in the same week, so hopefully we do throw the ball a little more this week. Hopefully our defense doesn't give up 35. How are we doing? We're 29th in points? No, we're third in points. We average 29 points a game. Okay. I didn't know how to read that for a second. We're third overall in total points scored. That's really good. 16th in passing yards, #2 in rushing yards. Okay. Yep, that's pretty good. Defense does kind of stink. I'm going to point that to the linebacking core. It's hard to tell just by looking at stats, but I know the linebackers are the weak link of our team right now. Denver has the #1 defense as well. This could be a tough game. They're 2-3 with the #1 defense. That's not very good. Brandon Ayuk. Oh, we do still have deep threat. What did they replace for playmaker? Oh, route runner. Huh. Okay, well Marvin is a good route runner, but I would guess I would call him a deep threat, as it is relative to the terms of Madden. I mean, you call him whatever you want. IRL, he's definitely a playmaker. But anyway, it's going to be hard to develop Marvin to like 90s plus, I feel, because I hate to say we're wasting his rookie year, but him not playing on offense that much as a rookie, that is reducing his potential to get a lot of stats and a possible dev up, and I don't know, maybe I'll put him over Hardman next year, have Hardman do kickoffs, I don't know. Maybe we trade Brandon Ayuk. We signed him for 2 years. I don't know. It's early to speculate still. Just throwing out ideas. Let's go with improviser. No, we lost his scheme fit. No. And still no awareness spin. I need Desmond Ridder to get awareness upgrades, please. He's now the 31st best quarterback in the league. He's got good traits. He's got really good traits. He's got good throw power. He's got good accuracies. Everything looks good except awareness. Good athlete. That scares me long term a little bit. Like, it's just not changing. Very good traits, his eyes and smile mostly. Decent at football, too. Very good traits. DTR, future starting quarterback. He has the same awareness as Desmond at 67. Boy. Alright, last game for our bye. Hopefully Tampa gets a loss here at some point. And we win 31-10. That's a nice win. Did we get either of our breakout challenges done? Ritter or Drake London? We did not get Drake London. As a running team, it's going to be hard to get the challenges done like that. Maybe we get Ritter. Has Tampa Bay also won again? This is taking a very long time. Any thoughts? Oh, did he actually get it? He made it known that he'd hopes to have a better day. Oh. But we won the game. Why is that the... Why are we talking about Desmond wanting to have a better day when we won? 31-10. I don't know. Imagine winning that big and your coach talks like that. Yeah. Yeah, the quarterback wanted to play better, but, you know. We only won by 3 touchdowns, and our defense only gave up 10 points, but, you know. We're really struggling out there. Gotta play a lot better. Okay, man. Do I manually fire Arthur Smith? Even though I am Arthur Smith, do I start as a new coach? Beat the #1 defense in the NFL by 3 touchdowns, but he could do better. And our defense only gave up 10. You know, it's a good sign for the rest of the season to be able to beat a team like that handedly. As Deion Henley is finally a scheme fit. Don't know if Justin Schaefer will ever become a starter. Probably not in this league. Matt Ryan, though, he's got a chance to get his starting job back eventually, right? Big 61 overall. He's getting that throw power back up all the way to 81. If I could just have his awareness on Desmond, that would be a +7 boost. Man, we're really, really borderline too low to want to pay Desmond Ritter. I'm gonna be honest about it. Borderline. I really want to see some awareness upgrades as we go the next year and a half. More important upgrades though. Richie Grant. I think I want to do some more hybrid. Oh, that's a +2. 3 awareness, a tackle, and a zone. Okay. Glad I got him signed before that upgrade. Gonna keep going to physical for Marvin. Might not raise his overall a bunch, but it's gonna make him a more well-rounded, better player. Tyler, just keep going utility. Yeah, we got a lot of blocking and short route running. But there's a trucking and a ball carrier vision in there. He's the number 5 ranked fullback, even though he can not block for anything. Just a good additional running back to have on the roster. We just decided to move him to fullback. It is what it is. Let's go man coverage on Ricks. Thankfully he stays a scheme fit. I'm surprised at that, to be honest. It's going to be hard to start him also at any point. The press has been good since he got drafted, but he's not an amazing athlete. He doesn't have very good coverage. His awareness is kind of low. There's 146 other corners that are better than him. Like, I would probably take a 29-year-old veteran that's like a 75. 77, we'll say. Tampa Bay did lose, so we are now tied at 6-1 as we get Carolina for the second time. And we lose this time, 37-31. And now we face Dallas. Here comes the losing streak. Madden Sim. Even though Dallas is only 4-4, they'll probably whoop up on us. Cowboys. Oh, where do you think you can have success? Say run game. Should be able to just run Nick Chubb. A 99 overall X Factor running back against the Cowboys and their 83 overall defense. I know Micah Parsons is there. I know. Somebody leaves a comment. Did you forget about Micah Parsons? Did you forget about is it Demarcus Lawrence? Demarcus Lawrence? No, I didn't forget about him. Although I'm not sure Demarcus Lawrence is still there. Probably, but we're talking about Nick Chubb, alright? We're not talking about Falcons Todd Gurley, alright? Trey Palmer's finally a scheme fit. He definitely has no road to becoming a starter, unfortunately. A good athlete, probably should be the actual return man of this team, but the sim really only uses 3 wide receivers, so let Marvin do it. Alright, let's see if we can magically beat the Cowboys. Probably not gonna lie. Yeah, 35-21. I'm not even gonna click that. I'm not gonna click these. And I'm just gonna do upgrades and advance. Like, I know we lost. I don't want to see the cutscene about how we lost. Kyle Pitts is just a monster. Like, he's still only 23. I don't know how he's doing in the sim, but there's a chance maybe I do end up putting him as the slot receiver at some point. Because as an X Factor, that's gigantic. He could do a lot of good things playing in the slot. So that might have to happen at some point. Also, paying Kyle Pitts at some point is going to be a priority. So that's saying that we lost. These are scouting things I don't care to do. Okay. We are now 6-3, but also Tampa Bay has fallen to 6-3. And we put up 52 on the Chargers. So 7-3 Falcons for 7-3 Bucks. We got a weekly award. It is Ritter, who had 300 yards and 4 touchdowns, and a rushing touchdown. Now, why can't you have that kind of game when you have the superstar breakout chance, huh? Oh well. Oh, trench boost. Trench boost. This is what I like to see. This is the potential mass O-line upgrade I was talking about. Potential. We need to allow very few sacks against Tampa Bay. Very few. Hopefully none. But also just as few as possible. More upgrades. Go with a pass pro for Chris. That was part of the reason why I switched him to center, by the way, was his pass protection was so high. I like having that at center rather than guard. And he's got the size for it. He's like 6'3", just over 300 pounds. So, Drake London. The fact that he's only an 80 is kind of a bummer. Because I feel like I've been feeding upgrades and it's not really raising his overall that much. Forward to juke move. Okay. Drake London can juke. Again, the same thing with Hennessy, like, it's only 75. Been feeding him upgrades for a while. 23rd ranked left guard. That's another thing, like our offensive line, it's solid, but it's still not amazing, you know what I mean? Like Lindstrom is, and then the next highest we have is Jake Matthews at an 80. So we need our 3 guys, young guys, to develop still. Possibly need a replacement for Hennessy in the offseason. But I'm still confident the team can go pretty far this season. I'm just not sure how far. Probably not Super Bowl ready. But after a 9-8 year last year, we should make the playoffs. And after a 7-3 start, you know, we should be on our way to a possible division win. But a lot of that has to do with this game right here against Tampa Bay, so see if we can get it done and take real control of the division for the first time. And we win by a point. Now please tell me we did not allow very many sacks. This would be the huge O-line boost that we need. Coach, you allowed 18 sacks. Back-to-back games without allowing a sack again. This happened last year and like our entire line got +3 upgrades. Oh, that's huge. Big O-line upgrades. I know that's what everyone wants to see. Is me upgrading my offensive linemen. That's what I want to see. Cardinals. We're going to pass on the Cardinals, to be honest. we're going to pass on them. We're going to do whatever. I'm excited to see the amount of upgrades we have here. Okay, +2 for most guys. That's still really good. Broderick Jones. Like I said, I want him to be the right tackle long term. So I want to get his pass protection up. Which was his weakness out of the draft, but now it has become nearly as good as his strength. So, happy about that. Carter Warren, who's a right tackle, he eventually, I want to go back to left tackle. So we're going to go with his pass protection as well. Don't need to make him a scheme fit. And Wyatt Davis even with 2. Probably never gonna play tackle IRL, but just kind of fit the mold with the decent pass protection ability. Hennessy with only 1. It's kind of a bummer. Still just a 75. Still 23rd ranked. Drew Dahlman. Go pass pro for him. He's also close to another one. He's probably going to be able to go somewhere and start next year. So good for him. As you may recall, he started for us in year 1. But then we had 2 rookies that passed him up for this year. Maybe Wyatt Millum ends up starting somewhere after all. I don't know. He's got pretty good blocking ratings. 76 awareness. Can I give your awareness to Desmond Ridder? I just, one of these times, I need like a +4 awareness randomly. He does become a scheme fit once again. 2 awareness. Oh, thank the Lord. 2 awareness. 69 awareness now. Jalen Mayfield. Close to another one. Adet. With run stop for him. He's a potential, like, decent rotational pass rusher in the league, I'd say. Oh, you know what? I hadn't looked at, haven't really looked at Twitter or Spotrac today yet. I don't know if there was any moves that happened overnight. We'll try to whoop up on the Cardinals. Which means we'll probably lose. Oh, we put up 42. We did give up 30, but a win's a win, I guess. Hal Vaitai renegotiated his contract. He's now going to make $3 million this year only. That contract was massive initially. Jamison Crowder, a 1-year deal with the Giants. The Giants like signing wide receivers right now, that's for sure. David Edwards, guard from the Rams, signs with the Bills. Oh, Mullet, you got Jermaine Ifedi back. Hey. That's about it. Alright. Jermaine Ifedi. Woohoo. Woohoo. We got a tandem breakout for the defense. That could be something. Ritter will have +5 for his accuracies for 2 games, and receivers will have +5 catching. Okay, that's a nice little boost. Unstoppable force, huh? What, the Eagles? Without Jalen Hurts? I don't think so. Where does stopping them start? By them letting Jalen Hurts go. That's where it started. that's how it happened. Yep. See what the heck this is. Does this mean 2 players can go up in dev? I don't know what this means. Trayvon Diggs. AJ Terrell plays at such a high level. Always leads by example. Do you think I can have that kind of impact? Yes! You're Trayvon Diggs. Hello. He's running through a wall. Alright. Terrell gets XP. 2 picks or deflections. To inspire the defense, Diggs will have higher coverage ability. We're going to win this game by a lot. Ritter's playing up. The receivers are playing up. Diggs is playing up. We got some upgrades that we haven't even touched yet. Including Terrell. Including Payne. We might win this game by 50 points. I'm hyping it up. We're going to lose by 50. We're going to lose by 50. That'd be sad. Damon Payne. Bring the pain. He's a starting caliber defensive tackle. Let's go. I mean, technically there's a lot more than 32 starting defensive tackles in the league, but he's in the top 32 now, so. Now, where does Jalen Mayfield rank now for left guards? 33rd. He's not that much worse than Matt Hennessy. And Matt Hennessy's a star dev, so it's kind of a bummer. Let's go run stop on Pickens. Nate Landman. Cover. Imagine watching my entire, like, I know Molt, you're in the stream, but like, imagine clicking on somebody's YouTube video for a rebuild, and it's just like blank space for 10 seconds. You know what I mean? And I understand I'm not editing it down. People that actually do rebuilds on YouTube as they're living will edit it down, as we do beat the Eagles. I just think, like, the speed is so slow. Like, what is this? What are we waiting on? Hello? We have to have a cutscene. Like, why? Just give me the boosts, you know? Automatically. It doesn't even have to tell me. Just give it to me. Automatically. I don't know. Whatever. We are 10-3, by the way, and we're going to take on the Kansas City Chiefs at home. Patrick Mahomes. A little scary, to be honest. Wasn't able to find the ball. That's okay, I guess. I mean, I was right. We did beat the Eagles, but only by 6. I'm a little disappointed. Just a little. Diggs does get an upgrade, though. Okay. Let's go with man. We're getting close to playoff time. We got a month left. 2 division road games, though. Buccaneers and Saints. And Washington to end out the season. This is going to be a tough stretch after beating the Eagles without Jalen Hurts. Can we win at least one of these last 4 games? We're going to start out with a win over the Chiefs, so that's a good start. Okay. 27-24. Impressive. Kyle Pitts. You know what? Let's throw an upgrade at blocking. Why not? Wow. That is the smallest amount of upgrades I've ever seen a tight end get. Never doing that again. Never gonna waste a point on blocking to get ever again. What the heck? Let's go speed rush for Davenport. Try to get him a little more balanced. We got 3 games. I'm feeling good. Where are we in the playoff picture now? Let's see, 11-3. Possibly the 1 seed? We are the 1 seed right now. We still have to play Washington. They're at 2. Cardinals are actually in the top 7 at 4. AFC side, of course, the Chiefs. You got the Steelers in there with Tua. Jets, Bills, Titans, Colts, and Raiders. Interesting. Huh. As we wait. Alright, Tampa Bay. We beat them at home. We have to go on the road this time. And we win. 28-17. All good, mullet. Crazy situation. A big deal. Alright, Mr. Big Deal. The team's kind of a big deal right now. We're on a little winning streak here. Let's go run stop for Arnold. Kind of pulling away from the Buccaneers for the division. Possibly pulling away for the 1 seed. Check stats. Sure. Jacoby Brissett, by the way, leading the league in passing yards, of course. He must be Tampa's QB. Greg Rousseau has 19 sacks. JOK most tackles. We are the first ranked offense. The 27th ranked defense. Our team is very centered around Nick Chubb. DTR threw 1 pass. Alright. Ritter, it's looking like a better season. He's going to end up with more touchdowns. Probably less picks, unless he throws 7 picks in the last 2 games. 21st in passing yards, 2nd in touchdowns. Yeah. It's just all Nick Chubb, man. He gets the ball down the field, and then we score. Even Damian Harris at 5 yards a carry. It's really nice. Even Tyler here with 5 touchdowns. Not bad. Drake London's getting some carries. Sure, I guess. Drake London almost 1,000 yards. Kyle Pitts is almost at 1,000 yards too. Ayuk not as much, but still 7 touchdowns. Hardman has 4. Hardman has 5. Chubb has another 4. Fullback dive. He is also the backup power back, so he probably gets a couple carries here and there as a running back. Sacks, not very many. It's pretty good. Diggs leading the team in tackles should not be the case. Where is Troy Anderson? Down here. I see good sack numbers. 12 for Grady. 10.5 for Davenport. 6 for Payne. Only 5 for Arnold. After he had 12 last year. Deion Jones with 3.5. Yeah, we're going to have to look at the O-line and the linebackers pretty heavily. Koo's only missed a couple. He's only missed 1 extra point. Had another one blocked. Sanchez has been good. Again, still not much going on for special teams, but at least Marvin's getting snaps. So Ritter's so far down for yards. Should we consider a switch to Tampa Bay playbook? I think I have Chiefs playbook, if I remember correctly. I mean, if Jacoby Brissett's able to do that. But then Ritter's number 2 for touchdowns as well, so I don't know. I don't think we want to go. I don't know. What are we using right now? Is it Kansas City? I feel like if it's Kansas City, wouldn't be running the ball as much. Tampa Bay playbook is always huge for passing. Let's see what the heck I even have it on at the moment. Scheme. It is KC. And then Carolina defense. Maybe Carolina defense isn't working out very well. We're getting a lot of sacks. And our scheme fits are almost, extremely high. Don't want to sacrifice the run game. Tough choice. I guess we'll keep it what it is now for this season at least. I don't want to change schemes with 2 games left only. Tampa Bay's fallen off completely, by the way. They were 6-0, I believe, as we beat the Saints. They're now 8-8. Maybe they were 5-0 and then lost one. Minimum, they won at least their first 5 games, and now they're 8-8. So, yeah, maybe we don't switch to Tampa Bay offense. They can put up passing yards, but at the end of the day, it is Jacoby Brissett. It is not Tom Brady over there. 6-0 to 8-8. Okay, Miami Dolphins. That does sound like a Dolphins or even a Bills type of season. Not recently for the Bills, but that's tough. It is 2, so technically we got about 2 hours here. Yeah, keep going past pro. It literally happened just like that for the Dolphins this season. They did have a big fall off. A lot of that was because of Tua getting injured. Because after that, you're relying on, like, who was it? Skylar Thompson played for them in their playoff game. First loss they had was Cincinnati, the whiteout jerseys. That's tough. Also, when did the college games start today? 6:30, Michigan State, Kansas State. Then we got Arkansas, UConn, FAU, Tennessee, Gonzaga, UCLA at 9:45. Okay. A night of basketball. Very nice. I'm gonna, like, Wyatt Millum maybe should be at guard over Matt Hennessy. He's already a 74. I know the agile and power aren't super high, but he maybe needs to start next year somewhere. Teddy and then Skylar. A Bob Knight of basketball. True. Throw his chair. Well, Desmond, I hope the touchdowns are enough to get you to superstar this year, because the yards aren't going to be. Maybe he wins MVP with touchdowns. I don't know. Probably not. I think Chubb should be higher on the list for MVP for our team than Ritter, but I don't know. We'll see in one game. This could be to decide. Oh no, they're 11-5. I think we have the 1 seed wrapped up, to be honest. Let's go see. Let's go get that bye week. Yes, we did lose, but we are the 1 seed. We get the bye. All right. Grady Jarrett. What could be his final upgrade? I don't know. He needs 36,000 more XP for his next upgrade, so might take another full season plus. Go power for Ku. He gets an accuracy and a power. Okay. That's a nice little kicker upgrade. Just give me one of everything. J.K. Johnson, a scheme fit. He's probably surpassed Eli Ricks on the depth chart, to be honest, for next year. Also with Cam McGrone, he just kind of seemingly fit the mold of a Patriots linebacker. I was surprised when I saw they cut him. But I know he also had injury first year, and then when you don't necessarily get going on year 2, it's tough to continue to make the team. We're going to play the Minnesota Vikings. And we're going to say this is the first of many Super Bowls we're going to win. We're going to win so many Super Bowls. We're going to win 20 Super Bowls. No. We're going to play cool. And then we're going to win 50 Super Bowls. We're going to win Super Bowl for the next 100 years. Hypothetically. Hypothetically speaking. Shadow, welcome back. Battlefront 1 was not an enjoyable experience. Well. In the famous words of Kylo Ren, let the past die. Uninstall it if you have to. That's what he said. That's exactly what he said. Check out final season stats here. What did you end up playing, Shadow? Like what mode? Or modes? Ritter, 4,200 yards, 41 touchdowns. How does that compare with his previous seasons here? Obviously didn't play much as a rookie. He had one more touchdown. He did have fewer yards, but we ran the ball a lot more. He had 100 fewer attempts. Completion percentage went up slightly. Pretty good. Pretty good year. He doesn't run the ball very much. Nick Chubb was a monster. We had a lot of rushing touchdowns. 25 rushing touchdowns. Drake London goes over 1,100 yards, 9 touchdowns. Kyle Pitts, 1,000 yards, 12 touchdowns. Ayuk only about 900 yards with 7 touchdowns. Still not bad. And then Hardman over 5 with 6 touchdowns. Chubb adding 5 more receiving touchdowns. Irv Smith got 1. Damien Harris got 1. Not bad. Marvin Harrison with 0 catches. 0. The sim does not like number 4 wide receivers. Went into HVV, had a Luke who kept chasing me. My Vader was just looking at me, getting chased. Yeah, that sounds about right. He's respecting the 1v1, you know. Deion Jones ends up tied with Trayvon Diggs with tackles. Owen Papo with 91. This is a lot of tackles, man. I mean, gee whiz. I like the sack production, though. I know Arnold got like 3 sacks in the last 2 games. It's not bad. 15 for Grady is extremely impressive. 12 for Davenport, it's not bad at all. 8 for Arnold, 6 for Payne. Picks, Each of our stud corners with 3 each. Grant and Chin. Both safeties had 2. And then J.K. Johnson even got 1. Really good pick and sack numbers. Maybe this is why our defense just happens to rank low. I mean, we won a lot of games. We scored a lot of points, so I guess naturally our defense isn't going to rank super high. We forced a lot of turnovers, had a lot of sacks. Take it. Yeah, just nothing real notable on special teams. Ritter, not quite coming up close with passing yards. Quinn Ewers is starting for the Bears, and he put up 5,000 yards. Oh, poor Justin Fields. The Eagles have Talia. Washington with Caleb Williams, we knew that. Keaton Slovis is the Chargers quarterback. Baker Mayfield with the Rams. 2 on the Steelers. Marcus Mariota with the Dolphins wearing number 16. Oh, Dan Marino was 13. That still looks weird though. Jameis on the Vikings. Justin Herbert on the Saints. Bryce Young got drafted by the Colts. Geno Smith with the Packers. Jalen Hurts with the Giants. Spencer Rattler with the Jets. That's just what they need, is Spencer Rattler. CJ Stroud to the Texans. And somehow magically Lamar is still with the Ravens. Everybody else has switched teams. Kirk Cousins is on the Panthers. Carson Wentz is starting for the Titans. And then Will Levis is in Seattle. Wow. Matt Stafford is backing up Baker. Jimmy Garoppolo is backing up Talia. Whew. I still have no idea who that is. Danny Dimes backing up Will Levis. Insert the Spider-Man meme of 2 Spider-Men pointing at each other. Alright. Let's go into the game here. Let's actually watch. Maybe not watch it, but we'll do simcast maybe. They got their usual top players, of course. Jefferson, Cook, and Hunter. Seth Hennigan from Memphis. Okay. I can't say I'm very familiar with Seth Hennigan. Let's see. He will be a junior. He's thrown for 47 touchdowns to only 16 picks. He has been sacked a lot. Holy cow, it's loud.
From Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia.
Holy crap.
It's the NFC Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports.
Citra is kind of dope. Like a chub. It is weird that they already have, like, you know, plays between these 2 teams when they haven't played the game yet. But, oh yeah, it's Jameis. If we lose to Jameis at home, after being the 1 seed, please no, please don't do that.
Decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game, as we've got a great one in store between the Minnesota Vikings and the Atlanta Falcons. Hello,
Can I skip?
everyone, as the postseason continues here on EA Sports. We're pleased to
Trying to
bring
get
it
to
to
the
you.
sun.
Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon.
Around fast. Let's go to the second quarter. We got a field goal lead. Now down 7-3. Whoops. Minnesota was their first loss of the season, if memory serves. That could be. Hopefully we can avenge that as we take a lead and then they take it right back. And now they're up 7 and now we're tied. Darn it, I'm hitting down twice and it won't go down twice. Twice. Now we're down by a touchdown. Now we're down by 4. Now we're down by 1. Oh boy. Hello, I'm clicking X. I'm clicking X here. And now we're down by 8. I didn't mean to hit next quarter. But now we're tied. Let's go play-by-play here. Sack from Damon Payne. 3rd and 16, they're going to convert. Donovan Peoples-Jones. 3rd down, Simcast cheese. It should not be a close one. I feel. Knocked away by Gilmore. Gain of 6. Gain of 6 again. Gain of 1. We're using our timeouts. They're going to have to kick the field goal with a minute left. Oh boy. How do 3 seconds come off the clock for a touchback? We get 4 from Ritter, who runs. Ayuk. It's over.
Well, on both sides, you come into this game with so much hope, so much build-up, looking to move on. One side gets to do that, but let's not forget the others. Tough pill to swallow.
It really is
boy.
because it's so much hard work, effort. You mentioned the hope to go on and maybe play in the big game itself. Well, let's see how they handle it, though. The offseason is going to be a long one for them because they're going to eat their heart out watching other people continue to play. But can they come back the next year and find it in them to make that same run again and maybe find a way to advance?
Yes.
So that'll do it for us, for Charles Davis. And
I will
our
tell you right
crew.
now, we
I'm
will be
Brandon
doing
Gaudin.
that.
You've been
We will
watching
be back
the
next year.
NFL on EA Sports.
I want to see stats.
So long, everybody.
It has to be Jameis too, you know. Rip the dream. Number 1 seed taken out first game by the Jameis Winston led Minnesota Vikings. Fire. First of many. Well, apparently not. But hey, my contract got extended. Too bad Kirk Cousins wasn't the QB. Wasn't a 1 p.m. kickoff. I knew that was a tough team to beat. Sure. Arthur Smith just looks... I don't know. He just looks like he's gonna snap on somebody. I don't know, man. The O-line's got to be better. Our linebacking group has to be better. I don't know really what else. Like, what else can we make better other than QB? Other than QB. That's the caveat, I guess. Other than QB. Make the game better. Go to Madden 12, where the games are actually simming correctly. Let's look at the Pro Bowl roster. Talia, Ritter, and Brissett. make the Pro Bowl for the NFC. Against Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, and Josh Allen in the AFC. Alright, anyway, Ritter makes it, Nick Chubb makes it, Allgear makes it, Pitts makes it. I guess I don't really need to put him in the slot if he's already making the Pro Bowl. Lindstrom makes it. Grady Jarrett makes it. None of our corners. Richie Grant makes it though. How did none of our corners? They all had 3 picks. I guess they stole picks away from each other for being able to make the Pro Bowl. We had 7 Pro Bowlers. Question, how did Tampa's running back do if they still had decent production or even reps? Maybe worth a playbook change? I will look at that. That is a good idea. Skillet, you download 2K23 again, right? I did, unfortunately, yeah. Chubb is valuable, so you don't want to take away from him. Yeah. Brissett's completing 68% of his passes, too. That's crazy. With 8 picks only. Not so good in the running back department. Now, they do only have Leonard Fournette and DeAndre Swift, who aren't exactly the best running backs of all time. But that's not... I mean, that is a lot of carries, but compared to us... Chubb runs 275, and Damian Harris runs 100 times. I think we're good where we're at for playbooks, honestly. I think the defense has to improve a lot. It's possible, maybe, that Jeremy Chin comes down and plays linebacker. If we can find another safety. Or maybe Jalen Hawkins just goes back to starting. No. No, we got to go all in. I think this is the all in year, to be honest. 2025 will be all in. Put up the Jim Irsay video. All chips in. Proceeds to trade for 38-year-old Matt Ryan. All chips in. 13-4 and 1 seed, all in. All in with Ritter, he's like a 74 only, and we're still doing that well around him. I think you have to go all in while he's still cheap as well. Super Bowl is the Tua-led Steelers and the Caleb Williams-led Commanders. Let's see if we got any awards. Lamar wins MVP, and then Jacoby Brissett, even though they completely fell off, and even though he's only a 74 overall. Talia's 3rd, somehow. Caleb Williams at 6. Quinn Ewers at 9. We're not even in the top 10. Even though we got Coach of the Year with Arthur Smith. Okay. I didn't just see that wrong, did I? We're just really not there. NFC Offensive Player is going to be Cooper Kupp. Nick Chubb is 5. It's deserved. Defensive Player is Aaron Donald. Grady Jarrett's at 4. Deserved. Offensive Rookies, Talia over Caleb Williams. And then Quinn Ewers. We didn't really have any rookies that played, did we? Brock Bowers down there with the Rams. Oh yeah, Damon Payne, 5th for Defensive Rookies. Best QB, where did Ritter rank? 6th. Behind Kyler, Baker, Caleb Williams, Talia, and Jacoby Brissett. The NFC is trash. Now, okay, Herbert and Hurts down here at 8 and 10. This looks like your kind of game. I saw that trailer this morning, and it's apparently only on Switch. So, I agree with you, but at the same time, I disagree with you. I don't know why it's only on the Switch. I thought it was going to be for consoles when they first announced 2K was doing a Lego game. Now I'm just continuing to wait for their supposed Lego football game. I do like the customization in it. Now wait a minute, that says crossplay. Or cross-gen. Okay, now this is the PlayStation thing at the end here. Am I just wrong? PS4 logo. Maybe I'm wrong. I swear I saw it. Time to buy a Switch. No. Lego Drive. You know what if I just do like an Amazon search? Because apparently it's difficult to find out what consoles the game's going to be on for some reason. I don't know why it's that difficult. It's not on Amazon. Lego Drive platforms. Okay, PS4. I don't know what I saw, but it only had the Switch logo. It must have been the Switch specific trailer for whatever reason. Okay, yeah, I'm interested. It is a full price game, which debatable whether that's going to be worth it, but you know, if you play it, you know, you get your money out of it. You know. See if we get any dev ups, by the way, before we get into this very important, crucial off season. We don't have anything on offense. Nope. And then on defense. Nope. Really? Not a single dev increase. Oh, you know what? Owen Papo. He's now a star dev. He's wanting to hang around as a starting linebacker. We gotta upgrade Troy Anderson. And potentially upgrade Hennessy and possibly Matthews as well. Ah, boy. We're not going to be able to upgrade QB, nor do I really want to do that. If I go up to startup, I can stay on the team. He was probably going to stay on the team, but he was probably going to be benched if he did not go up to startup. So, Cole Holcomb, meanwhile, who signed with the Steelers in real life, wins Super Bowl MVP. Interesting. Who has won the Super Bowl here in these first few years here? Denver with Russell Wilson, and then Washington with Caleb Williams. Sure. These are probably going to just be our practice squad players, which we didn't lose any of them throughout the season. Usually most of my practice squad guys get sniped, but not this year. Alright, let's get into the off season. Maybe we do consider re-signing Gilmore now. I don't really know. I'd like to keep a third good corner, but I don't know if the money's going to work out. Do we have any retirements? Matt Ryan retires. No, we need the mentor. We need somebody with the mentor tag for Ritter. Uh-oh. Well, goodbye, Matt. As it stands right now, it says we have 59 million in cap. Okay, Gilmore went down. He did go down to an 84, but he only wants like $9 million. He has high re-sign interest. Maybe we do bring him back at this point. He was asking for like 14, now he only wants 9. He might not accept though, so I should probably over offer like 10. 10 to maybe even 11 million. I think we can do with 11 million. He wants to be here. He should accept this, right? This is more than he wants. He has green interest in coming back. And he signs. Okay. So Gilmore is going to stay. That's like 4+ million less than what I was going to have to offer him throughout the season, so I'll take that. Everybody else, sorry about you. Adios. We got to make this football team better. We are in off-season time now. It's going to be a long off-season, I fear. I don't know if I'll get to the draft this time around. Kwan Williams adds his name to the retirement list. Goodbye. Alright. I still would like to add a mentor then, since Ryan retired. We've got Chubb. We've got Harris. Trey Sanders maybe makes the team. Probably won't be number 6, but we've got Ayuk, we've got London, we've got Hardman, we've got Marvin. We don't really need Tolbert, but he can stay for now. Tight end, we've got Pitts, we've got Irv, Fitzpatrick. We don't really need Marshawn Ford. I'm going to let him go. Offensive line. Jake Matthews is down to 79. He is still scheme fit. He's still better than other options that we have. He would only save us $8 million. I'm going to be inclined to keep him. And Hennessy is still better than Millum, so he's going to continue to, for now, be the starter. But if I get a better guard, I will make him the backup center. So fast. So right now, Warren and Jones are just going to stay how they are as well. Davenport, we're still going to be keeping. Arnold's going to be looking for a new contract. We're good on D-tackle. But linebacker now is the need. Which means Troy Anderson, I'm not going to trade him because he has good depth. I'm going to make him the backup middle linebacker. So he'll back up Henley. Wait a minute. Oh, we lost Deion Jones. Oh, right. Right. Okay, well. Huh. I don't necessarily want to trade them. I think Papo can be our third guy. I kind of forgot Deion Jones was gone. I want Papo to be the third option. So I guess we need 2 linebackers, actually. Now, wait a minute. Hold on, because I did say we could move Jeremy Chin down to be one of those options. But we are going to need to sign a safety, probably. So let's bring Jeremy Chin down to left side. And then possibly starting Jalen Hawkins, but I would like to upgrade. So we've got Chin, who's a scheme fit, by the way, here, which is nice. He's not the best run stopper, but he's very good in coverage. Now we need a thumper in the middle, which is not, unfortunately, going to be Troy Anderson. Let's see, Henley, you can back up Uh, Jeremy Chin. I'll get it situated. I'll get it situated. It's just going to be maybe tough bringing in the right free agent I'm going to want. We'll see. Henley's going to back up Chin. Cam McGrone, you can move over to the right side. And then some of these depth guys I can cut. I think we're on the practice squad, actually. Yeah, Bumper Pool wearing number 11. that's just an automatic cut. Not gonna happen, bro. And then yeah, Dylan Doyle, same deal. Not gonna keep him. Middle linebacker wearing 21. Stop. just stop it. So we do need a true thumping middle linebacker, which may have to trade for one. There may be one in free agency. We kept Gilmore. We don't need these guys. I'm just gonna cut them. We don't need any extra like 5th round picks. You know what I mean? Like yeah, we could trade that up or something for the future, but we already have too many picks. Johnson and Ricks have the same face, by the way. Just realized. Eli Ricks has excellent press. He has better zone than Johnson. Interesting. Safety now, we've got Grant, who could be, he could stay at free safety. He could move to strong safety. And then we've got Hawkins, who is fine at strong safety, whether he's the backup or not. I'm not sure. We've got our kicker. We may not want to invest in a punter, so I'm just going to make Chris Blewett the punter for now. All chips in don't really include giving a punter like $8 million, you know? So we do have our 1st rounder, we have our 2nd rounder, we have 2 thirds, 4 fours, a 5, 2 6s, and 2 7s. That's obviously more picks than we need to make. We could be looking at trading some 1st round picks. I know we did that for Chubb as well. It may be time to do that. Depends on what's available in free agency. We need a middle linebacker, and we need a strong safety. And we possibly need some O-line help. And all of these moves really need to be like 1-year deals, to be honest. Oh, ooh, boy. Jalen Waddle. Someone we don't necessarily need. Justin Fields does hit free agency. Sad. He only has 63 awareness. What are we doing, Madden? Running backs, again, we don't really need. Fullback, we don't need. Receiver. It'd be nice if we did need. I'll tell you that much. Jalen Waddle would be the addition. He's also going to cost like $30 million per year, almost. Don't need a tight end. What offensive linemen are available? Deion Dawkins, with interest, but he does have 6 teams after him. Taylor Decker, that's kind of it. No. Drew Dahlman's the best center available, and he's got 10 offers. Good for you, Drew. Happy for you, bro. Okay, so our options are Deion Dawkins or Taylor Decker. I mean, the interest is for Deion Dawkins, right? He wants a 3-year deal. Keep in mind, we'll get our money back from paying Brandon Ayuk. We're going to have to let him go next year. It could be worth signing... Oh, he only wants 2 years, my bad. It could be worth signing Dion here. But what kind of offer is he going to want? Exactly. How much money are we talking here? This is $34 million. The Steelers have a 5-bar offer on him. I don't think we can match that. Taylor Decker. Ayuk's production was not that impressive. He could. It would just be... We wouldn't really be saving that much money, though, is the thing. That does exist with Jalen Waddle out there, but he's going to be so expensive. I don't think it's worth swapping those guys around. I will try to put an offer on Decker. He only has one team interested, but he has no interest in us. Very little. He also wants a 2-year deal for like the same money, basically. I'll offer him this. See what he's thinking. We are just above the 49ers for that offer. Okay. I'm in on that. I'll offer him that. We can shuffle Hennessy out of the starting 5 by doing that. Clowney, once again, is the top left end. Is his overall ever going to go down? I feel like it's just been constantly about 80 for 3 years. Nothing on the D-line. Alright, show me a linebacker here, so I don't have to trade for one. Ojulari's a pass rusher, so no, not him. Miles Jack. He has no interest. He's already got 4 teams on him. It'd be an upgrade from Deion Jones, but that doesn't feel like all in by getting Miles Jack. And then Zadarius Smith once again is a pass rusher. It's gonna have to be a trade for a linebacker then. Greg Newsome. He would have been better than keeping Gilmore, to be honest, as far as overall, but he is only star, and he is going to be very expensive, so I'm good with keeping Gilmore there. Now we also need a safety. We don't necessarily need to break the bank for a safety. Drick Force is interesting. He has interest. He's only 26. He's better than Jalen Hawkins. He's only normal dev, but I'm kind of okay with that. What is his hit power? It's 86. I'm kind of in. He can play strong safety. We could keep Richie Grant at free safety. Let's go for Derrick Forrest and then try to trade for a linebacker. We'll go 4 years. Now this is pretty expensive for a safety. This is more expensive than I paid for Chin. Interesting. See what this puts us at. Once again, the top over the Broncos. Okay. Do we want to pay a punter? I mean, it's not like they're super expensive. Sure, why not? For a year. Wow, 3 million is not close to what he wants. 2 bars. Alright, 4 million. But also only for 1 year. We'll give you 4 million for a year. That's a lot better. That's 4 bars all of a sudden. Waddle being there is crazy. There's Unless he has terrible injuries in the next few years, there's no way they don't pay him. Now here's a problem. We now have moved under for Decker and for Force. We're under the Broncos and the Niners. But we were over before. I guess I have to redo these offers, which means I have to pay them more money. This is a tough free agency, it is. I'm trying to go all in. Let me go all in, dang it. So are we still not over the Niners? We may have to end up trading for a tackle as well, or a guard. Well, now we are over for Forrest. What's going on? Does that just mean we're tied and it doesn't know where to put? Now we're under for Forrest, but we're over for Decker. I guess that just means we're tied. I don't know. Alright, now before I evaluate offers, we're going to try to make our linebacker trade first. This is the big move that needs to happen, so we got a 99 Nick Chubb last year. What can we get this year? Middle linebackers. Fred Warner, 99. Is he the guy? He is X Factor. What's the contract looking like? Obviously we'll be paying less of it. He does have one more year. That's not that overly expensive, to be honest. And remember, we're going to be saving money by letting Ayuk and more than likely Gilmore go next year. Is Fred Warner the guy? Is there any other option? Crosby's a rusher, Watt's a rusher, Gary's a rusher, Bosa's a rusher, Hunter's a rusher, Reddick's a rusher, Josh Allen's a rusher, Will Anderson's a rusher, Shaq Leonard isn't, but he's only an 87. Parsons is a rusher, Greenlaw, I mean he's only an 88. I believe it is going to be Fred Warner. If he's tradable, I don't know for a fact that I can actually get him, but I think this is the one we try for. We are building the Atlanta 49ers with him and Ayuk. I'll straight up put my pick 28 out there first of all. I didn't go very far, Mullet. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'll put my pick 16 up there too. Ooh, that made it pretty close. Okay, this is doable. This is doable. I was scared. It's gonna happen. Give them to me. Give me what I want and I'll go away. Storm of the Century. That might have been the same pick. I couldn't remember, honestly. Okay, this I think will go through. Give me like a future late round pick. Fred Warner's on the team. Just like that. I believe that is worth giving up our future firsts with the team we've built. I think we can survive. I think we'll be alright. Huge addition to the squad as we steal him from the Niners, who have Power Eccles out of NC. And you got Dre Greenlaw still, it's not bad. We now have Fred Warner in the middle. Go after Moore. I don't know who... we can't get like a 99 guy because we don't have any firsts left. Who are our team captains here? Lindstrom on the offensive line, Terrell at corner, Grady on the D-line. Koo at special teams. Matthews also on the O-line. And then Ritter. Okay, so we do already have 6 captains in. More 99s, get them! Just being ridiculous. I love the addition of Warner. That solves our linebacker problem. No personal offense to Troy Anderson. But we bring down Jeremy Chin. And then Papo as the third guy. He had a good season, but again, just 75. We keep Richie Grant. We do need to get that strong safety option now. So let's revisit those 2 targets and see if maybe I should offer him a little bit more money. Because we're not paying Fred Warner that much relative to what he was making. Oh, well, yeah, we are. We only this would put us at under 4 million in cap space. So, all right, let's hope we get Decker and Forrest. Let's cross our fingers, cross our toes. Okay, Decker now has the entire league interested in him, and we did not get Derek Forrest either. But we got Tommy Townsend at punter. Oh boy. Well, we do have cap space now. It may not be as hard to trade for a lineman or a safety. Insert the Brian Windhorst picture. Why would they be doing this? What if the Atlanta Falcons are about to trade for another player? Wow, Brian, what great insight that was. Thank you, Brian. Go back to talking about LeBron James, Brian. Decker must have went to the OSU Pro Day yesterday. Team interest came out of nowhere. Yeah, it was literally one team, and then it was the entire league all of a sudden. That's a nice 2 top players to trade for, to be honest. Nick Chubb and Fred Warner. We're developing Pitts, Lindstrom, Terrell. We got Diggs. Grady Jarrett's still a beast. Ayuk's here. Gilmore's here. Grant's developing. Drake London's developing. Chin's here. We built a pretty good team. What do we do about wide receiver? We don't save any money by trading Ayuk, is the problem. We're not going to trade Drake. We're not going to trade Marvin. And we also lose a lot of money by trading Hardman, so... yeah, maybe this year, you know what I'll do? I'll make Marvin the wide receiver 3 over Hardman, but I'll put Hardman in the slot. That way Marvin at least plays some, and then Hardman will come in at some other plays that use 3 wideouts. Next year you can get Justin Jefferson since he'll be a free agent. $199 per year. What if you trade Pitts? Oof. I mean, that'd be a very valuable piece. We wouldn't lose any money. I was planning on having him around long term though too. I mean, you're right. We could stock up on picks and then trade those picks for really good players, or we could just cut the chase and trade for a good player. He's the best receiver on the team, pretty much. Yeah. I think now what we'll look at, since we couldn't get the 2 targets we wanted, let's look at getting a safety and then getting a guard, because I think we already have our tackles, but we can upgrade over Hennessy at guard. Let's take the O-line approach first of all. It's not going to be anybody at tackle, I don't think. And keeping in mind we don't have any first round picks anymore either. Maybe Wyatt Teller, who's 30. This might fit the mold here of exactly what I'm looking for. Is this his contract year? Yes, it is. If we can trade for him without giving up a first, I think it's worth it. This would also be reuniting him with Nick Chubb. And honestly, I have no idea what O-line value is, so it might be easy. It might not. It might not. Okay. We'll give you pick 60. Throw that in there. And that didn't really move the needle at all, so we'll throw in next year's second. And this may not happen, but we'll give you our third this year. And no. I don't think it's going to happen with Wyatt Teller. Those are our top 3 most valuable picks. You know what? The future 3 might be slightly more valuable. It may not, though. It's about the same. Alright, it's not going to be Wyatt Teller. One of the depth O linemen, like Hennessy. Could try. They do want a center. I wonder if I move Hennessy to center, if they'll have interest. Let's go try that. I think I have to back out in order to try, but we could try. Let's trade for Quentin Nelson. I'm guessing he's on a very long-term contract. We will take a small cap hit by trading Hennessy, but I'm okay with that. Excuse me. Let's offer him Chris Paul. Let's see what they like. Start with just a 1. With just 1 second in Hennessy. I'm going to start with just Hennessy, to be honest with you. He is a young lineman that has start of. Okay, that's not a ton. I'll throw in the future second. And the current second. This may not work either. No. That is closer, slightly. What if instead of the future second, we do this year's third? Is that any better? No, it's worse. But they do like Hennessy. They do have interest in getting him. They also like tackle. Do they like Willem? Wyatt Millum? Do they like him very much? It's still just only about half. And then throwing in a second is not gonna get it done. Okay, but they do have the green on Hennessy. They like a middle linebacker. I'd hate to do it after trying to spend 3 years with him as a starter, but they do like Troy Anderson. He is in the green. But it's still under half. He's just not a good enough player to really move the needle, unfortunately. Do they like DTR? Because quarterbacks are valued pretty high. Or apparently not very much. Huh. I don't think Wyatt Teller is going to happen. Well, it's probably going to need to be somebody else. I don't really want to trade the receivers. I don't want to trade Pitts either. You know what? Maybe it's a different Cleveland Browns lineman. Maybe it's old Joel Petonio. He's 33. He's actually better, but he is 3 years older. Maybe he's easier to get. Hennessy up there. Okay, it is easy to trade for old players. We may not even have to trade Hennessy. I'll just trade him picks. I'll just trade him picks. 15 mil cap hit. Yes, but it's basically the same as what Teller's was. Let me see what Teller's was. 15 as well. We can look at his overall contract. I'm guessing he's in a contract year as well. Yeah. I'm down for that. And yeah, if we don't really even have to trade that much for him. I don't know why it exited the trade screen randomly, but okay. Yeah, I'll just give him some depth picks. Or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it will take Hennessy. Because I still have to trade for a safety as well. That's close. But knowing we need a safety, I think I'll give up Hennessy. Give them Anderson. See what the value is there. It is their number one need. About half. What was Hennessy going for? Maybe I do Hennessy and Troy and then a late pick if I need to. Anderson in a fifth. Let's do those two players and then we may even be able to get a pick back. Yeah. Well, welcome to the team for at least a year, Joel Bitonio. Alright. Good luck with Matt Hennessy at center. Those are not all-in moves for the Cleveland Browns by trading Nick Chubb and Joel Bitonio to us. But it's all-in moves for us. I like it. Linebacker depth in the draft. Yeah, and we even still have like Henley, Groans here, so yeah. Another thought would be, if there's not a safety I really like, I could also look at linebacker. We could move Jeremy Chin back to safety. That could happen still, because he's not the best run stopper. But we'll take a gander, yeah. Take a look-see. Keep our eyes peeled. Could try to trade for Jesse Bates, although he's gonna have a big contract coming with him. Derwin also would. Yeah, maybe we do just go back to the linebacker well, and then move Jeremy Chin back. What's the Nick Bolton contract looking like? Probably pretty big. Probably not attainable via trade. Yeah, he already got paid. That's not gonna happen. What about Shaq? I saw him down there. By the way, I don't know why it's been listing him as 215 pounds for so long. He's an X Factor, and he does have better... Well, he's just better than Chin. He's got better run stopping and coverage ability. Could try and trade for Shaq. I love Shaq. I hope he continues to play for the Colts. For some reason, he only had 27 tackles last year. What's up with that? He only played 300 snaps. Do the Colts have like an elite D-line and linebacking core now? What's going on? They've got Quiddy, Yannick, Buckner, and a new guy. Shaq's there. They have Bobby, and they have Shaq Thompson. So you're telling me Shaq Leonard was relegated to third linebacker? Alright, I'm trading for him. I'm going to be trying to trade for him. It may not be possible. He is 30. I did trade... Ooh, here's where we would go over the cap. No. 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 Boy. Well... The problem is we don't save enough money with the receivers. Trade Irv Smith. That wouldn't free up enough cap, I'm afraid. Have to be another 1.3, which means 2 players and only 1 pick possible, which Milam also wouldn't be enough. Can't even offer that. So now we're talking 3 players, potentially. Any DBs. You know what? We do have more than enough ends here. We could trade Paschal, who was just on our practice squad, if they like him. That's still not... Okay, there's no way this will get accepted, right? Those 2, and then Milam. There's 0% chance this goes through, right? Yeah. Okay, it's gonna have to be Irv and somebody else plus a pick to have a chance. Malone, I guess. That's only halfway. I don't think it's gonna happen for Shaq here. Unless they really want the second rounder. Gosh, it's so close. That is very, very close. Do they like the future second any better? It is a little higher up the board, but it's also a future second, about the same. Okay, what about Irv and a different player still, and then a pick? Milam instead of Malone. The problem with Milam is that it's not enough money. It'd have to be a third player. Yeah, still above. There'll be somebody in here. Corners, these 2 aren't enough. Hawkins. He's gonna be a backup anyway. What do they think? Oh, they don't even like Hawkins, though. Is that enough, though? That's more than half. This might work. This might be what it takes here. Let's offer him the 3rd. Maybe not. Let's offer him the 2nd. You're killing me, Smalls. Take another gander there. That did not go through. Do they like the other second rounder? They like the future. It goes through. Oh, okay. I'm shocked that went through. I really am. I can't believe they reduced him to being the number 3 linebacker. behind Bobby Okereke and Shaq Thompson. And I know why, is because both of those guys have better coverage, and so they are higher overall as sub linebacker. And then because they had Kwity Paye and Yannick as their edge rushers, he wasn't good enough to be a starting edge player either. So they just shafted a 29-year-old, 87 overall X Factor linebacker. Just shafted him. It's like, you don't really need to play anymore. 52. You wear 52 now. And you also are not 215 pounds or 230 pounds. Goofy-ah game. Goofy-ah game. That's what all in looks like, I think. We got Shaq Leonard. We got Joel Bitonio. We got Fred Warner. We aren't as deep as we used to be. Oh no, we're not as deep as a team. Oh no. Yeah, who cares? we got a 99 linebacker. We got a 90 left guard. We got an 87 linebacker. We are much, 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 much better. Future. Future. Alright. So free agency, we're done. Now trade backup QB plus future third for Mahomes. I wonder if I offered Ritter for Mahomes straight up, how much of the bar would move. Well, okay, at this point it would not move at all because we'd go way over the cap doing that, but I like the idea though. We don't even need to sit through free agency. Don't care. Apparently we're over the cap, even though it said we were under, so it is what it is. Unless we have a player retire on us. Okay, Michael Schofield and Rodney McLeod. It's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Don't care about the mock draft. We don't have first round picks the next 2 years. 5th year option on Pitts? No, we already picked that up, didn't we? Oh, Drake. Yeah. I'm gonna say... Barely saw the field. Yeah. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, yes, we're just gonna pick it up. What I was thinking is if we don't pick it up, he may be able to be re-signed for cheaper. But also, we're going to need a lot of money next year from somewhere. I'm not sure. Here's what I'm thinking. Yes. It's a complicated yes. Because we have now spent a ton of money going all in. But I think that's still worth... I'll be honest with you, I'm probably going to trade a lot of my picks out other than just collecting depth. So let's see what we even need here. We don't need quarterback. You know what though? I was... we may not be able to sign a mentor now for Ritter. He has no tags now. I guess he accomplished his quarterback of the future goal, and then he's still not quite a franchise quarterback. So he just has no tags. Okay. Don't need a quarterback. We don't need a running back. We don't need a receiver, certainly. We did trade Irv. Maybe we need a backup tight end. Maybe. Let's see. We need a backup center, I guess, and that's it for the O-line. fine on the D-line. Yeah, we could trade some of these depth guys if we have to make cap space work. Need a backup middle linebacker. Good on the secondary as well. Oh, we do need a free safety. So yeah, we only need like 4 picks basically. And then I do need to sign a mentor QB if possible. So I will not be making all these draft picks. I will be making 4 of them, and that is it. So let's go ahead and trade some of these for future picks. Four. We have 8 picks to trade, if I counted that correctly. I don't think I did, to be honest, but I'm not sure. Bears got Aaron Jones. I didn't think that would go through, but I tried a 4th rounder and it worked, so. Why does it say our top needs are middle linebacker? I get quarterback, I guess. Yeah. Is it middle linebacker just because we only have 1 on the roster, maybe? That must be why. Because there's only 1, okay. Does it think we're still a 3-4 team? Is that why? So our cap space got closer to being even because we traded all those picks away. We don't have a 1st or 2nd next year either, but that's fine. Let's just preemptively trade some of these also for next year. We're never going to use all these picks. The 5th round pick just straight up disappeared. That's weird, but okay. And then let's trade. Tolbert was on the practice squad. Nixon was on the practice squad, and Paschal was on the practice squad. Let's trade these 3 guys so we can get under the cap. Ooh. Okay, the Bucks have yellow interest on all 3. The Cardinals have green interest on Tolbert, though. Is there anything better than that? The Eagles would be over the cap. The Jets, maybe? Maybe the Jets? Just give me a team that has 2 greens and a yellow. Not quite. Okay. But I did see one with a green and a yellow. That was the... Nope, not the Eagles. Didn't I see? Yeah, the Jets. Here we go. Give me a future 2 would be cool. For 3 practice squad guys. We don't need to replace these guys because we have enough at their positions already. I'm not going to get much in return, but I'm going to put us in the positive for cap space, and we get a future 4. A lot of 4s going on right now. Somehow we're still over the cap. I guess because we took a little penalty with that trade. I don't think we really have much else to trade. We're just going to have to go over the cap slightly. I guess one of our corners. It would have to be Johnson. Oh, you know what? I could trade one of our picks and I could just make one of our corners a backup safety. Let's do that. Let's trade this pick and these 2 bottom ones for a future 3 or something. Find a worse team. Or a better, slightly better team, I guess. That's still not going to work, is it? Nope. It's got to be like in the 70s projected. Panthers. Still over the cap. I don't know, man. I tried. We only have 3 draft picks. I'm gonna change one of those corners to safety, probably Rick's to strong safety because he has good press but not good coverage. He's older than Johnson, and he's not a very good athlete, to be honest. And he's pretty strong. I think he fits the mold. Of just being a backup strong safety. Ring. Whose phone is that? He's not a scheme fit, but he's just going to be a backup anyway, so. And yeah, good press as a strong safety. It's nice to have. He's only got 61 hit power, but I mean... Why he can't start at corner. Yeah... He's just... It's gonna be very difficult to develop him as a backup to be a starter. As is most players in this game. What a team, though, we've assembled here. Didn't expect to have Gilmore still. But I did want to go all in, and here we are. It's not a perfect team, but it's better than it's been, I'd say. Definitely better than 2 years ago when I went into the 2023 season. And that says we have 2.22 million in cap space, so I don't know how much we have. I don't know if we have any, or if we're in the negative. It doesn't really matter. If the Bears take a quarterback here,
On the clock now.
we'll never know. Okay.
Packers.
Let's just go to our pick. I love this game, don't you guys? Don't you love this game? Oh, you wanted to see who the #1 pick in the draft was?
The Atlanta Falcons.
Nope. Sure do. Sure do. Can't wait for that Lego 2K football game. Alright, so what I wrote down. Tight end, center, and middle linebacker. Let's look at center first of all. Bama. This guy for sure has A awareness. A to C run block. He's from The Ohio State University. He's 22. He's got some notes. He's fast. He's pretty strong. Looks like a backup center to me from Ohio State. Let's do it.
It's now the Vikings' turn.
Yep.
On the clock.
That's a backup center right there. Alright. So we need a tight end and a middle linebacker. I guess technically we don't even really need a tight end either, but because you only need 2. We could play Algier as... I know for a fact I've probably never said his last name correctly. I don't know if it's Algier or Algier. It's probably not Algier, whatever I said. Solid backup center material. Center U, Ohio State. Middle linebacker. This dude's a scheme fit. They all have low block shed at this point. Except for this guy down here, surprisingly. But he has bad coverage. This guy has A-zone coverage, as it pertains to middle linebackers in this class. He's only 21, he'd be a scheme fit. He's got some notes. He's okay speed, okay strength, I guess. Sure.
And now
Hidden development.
the Minnesota Vikings.
Perfect. Very perfect Troy Anderson replacement. Unfortunate that I had to trade him, but he was not going to start anymore. he wasn't going to get second contract anymore. So I like that pick, Anthony Martin.
It's the Atlanta
May not start for
Falcons
2 years
now
or
on
more,
the
but
clock.
13-year-old. Yeah, if he has X Factor, he may start sooner than I like to admit, potentially. There's some receivers here that were projected 1 to 2. That's just not something we really need here, but interesting. Tight ends. This guy's 6'6". These both have B catching. The guy from Ohio State's a better run blocker. He is smaller. It doesn't really matter. He may have worse catching. We already have Fitzpatrick to be our blocking tight end. We got Irv to be like another receiving option. Let's check out Braxton here. A lot of notes, including lax discipline resulting in avoidable penalties. It's 22. It's okay. 40-yard dash. It's okay. Alright, we'll take him.
The Green Bay Packers
83 speed's not bad for a 6'6" tight end. Yeah, backup tight end. Alright. That's our draft. I know, very exciting. I didn't want to draft all the Ohio State players. You know? Now watch that guy have hidden dev. I want to see the draft recap just to see that other tight end, and I want to see what the Bears did at pick 1, because if they took a quarterback, this game should be burned. Wide receiver. 83 overall. Sheesh. He is a physical archetype, so it's not maybe as impressive there, but man, 83. And there was a 78. There was a 78 tight end. There was a 77 middle linebacker in the second round. Hello? Are y'all scouting? What are we doing? There's a 76 safety in the second round? Hello? Generational talent. He probably has X Factor. That seems like the type of generational guy that gets bumped up and then has X Factor all of a sudden. I meant to go to edit because I want to look at him. Heck of a pick. Glad they didn't botch that one. 6'5", 224, by the way. Wearing number 1. This guy's Jamar Chase. Does he have X Factor? Yes, he does. A generational wide receiver. Don't see too many of those. Alright, I do want to see what that tight end was, if he was better than the guy I got. The number 2 pick, the UL Monroe QB, was a 74. Looks like he was the only pretty good quarterback. Look at this though. The Bears took a quarterback in the second round who's a 68. The Texans got a equally as good guy in the 6th round as a 68. What are we doing? Bears, scout players, please. This is a lot of quarterbacks that got drafted too. Gee whiz. That's a heck of a, like, there was only like one starter there, but that's a heck of a class for backups. I want to get to that tight end though. He was from Ohio State, I remember that much. Okay, there's our guy, he's only 65. Oh, is this, that's not the guy. It wasn't Carroll. There must have been 2 Ohio State tight ends. Am I imagining? Did he go undrafted, maybe? I don't think it was Carroll. That's not the face I remember seeing. Trevor Carroll? He was a 70 who was taken in the 4th round at pick 2. Our guy... I drafted... Maybe that was the guy? And maybe I should have drafted Carroll. Shoot. 86 speed. Just normal dev. Okay. I don't feel too bad. But I did kind of whiff on my evaluation there. I don't think that was the guy, though. I don't think it was Carroll. I think it was a different tight end from Ohio State. Anyway. Nolan Norwell, if I could read. Jeez. He is the same overall as Dahlman was, I think. So we immediately get the same player back, essentially. Backup center. He probably will never start with the normal dev there, but good backup to have. And then Anthony Martin's a 71. If we hadn't just traded for 2 absolute beasts at linebacker, he'd be a starter. 91 speed also. Wow. This would be a fun user guy to develop, to play with as well, but can't really do that in a sim franchise very much. And then the tight end, Braxton Thompson. You know, he's fine. He's fine for depth, you know. Probably not going to re-sign Fitzpatrick, so he'll be the 3rd tight end next year. Alright. Well, Quinn Ewers got himself a weapon for the Bears. But that's about it. So let's advance. Let's see how much cap we actually have. We actually have under $1 million in cap. Or I'm sorry, under negative $1 million in cap. That's real. So we cannot, unless we trade somebody else, we cannot get a mentor for Desmond Ridder. Okay, that says right there we have 2.45 million in cap space. It's all because of that rollover. Look at the amount of money on our team. We almost have 300 million in salary. That's crazy. And we have 16 million in penalties. When you add in the rollover of 35 million, the new adjusted cap for us, which by the way, the salary cap already being at 277 million is also crazy. That's at least plus 50 million from where it is currently in only 3 years. That's a lot. That's a lot of extra money. But yeah, I mean, you see, the adjusted cap is at 312. We're spending 310 million on our team this year. That is absolutely insane. And we still have 2.45 million in cap space, which should be enough to go sign ourselves a mentor QB for my guy, Desmond Ridder. He needs it for his contract. To help his contract negotiations out, because he wants a mentor. Alright, man, I'll get you a mentor. I'll get you the best darn mentor you've ever had. Jimmy G. Oh, was there somebody else? How about Matt Stafford instead? I think Matt Stafford makes a little more sense. Why is Jimmy G so much better than Matt Stafford? I mean, Stafford's, what, 38 at this point? 37? He's 4 years older. Throw the heck out of you. Yeah, Mike White wouldn't be a mentor. I'll go with Stafford. He's a little cheaper, too. So maybe we can add one more player to the roster with 900k remaining. Maybe a running... we don't need a running back. What do we need? Maybe a corner. What kind of corner can I sign for $900,000? Christian Fulton's available. Elijah Molden. Yeah. Yeah. Can't even bring back Xavier Rhodes. Is 900k even possible? Does it go down that low? I'm curious now. Oh, here we go. I could sign 62 overall, Marquell Cochran. Probably going to be a negative on that one. Can we get anything for 900k? Like a tight end, maybe? Maybe a fourth quarterback that we don't need. Nope. Even a 54 overall is $1 million. They should be, Mullet. They should be, but they're not. They should be, but they aren't. You would think they would be, but they isn't. I mean, I guess, like, if you want a guy that's a 63 overall, yeah. It is position-based only, which stinks. Yeah, you can't even get a 52 overall QB. I can't even sign Hank. Come on, man. How about an offensive lineman? Maybe, though. Maybe. Maybe not. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Now, here's a guy who could join the team for 900k. Sure, buddy. 65 overall pass pro. Welcome to the squad. As O-line depth that won't probably see the field. But, you know, we're able to sign him. That's all that matters. We only have 49 players, so we capped out before we could fill the roster this year. That's fine. We got Kyle Pitts with an upgrade. I'm glad I did not. I really wasn't even entertaining trading him. I don't know what I would have traded him for, to be honest. Like, we were able to get 2 linebackers and a guard, which were our needs, without giving up really that much. I mean, I know our first round picks, but so enough money left over to take the team out to Popeyes for dinner. Everyone gets one sandwich. Walk through the drive-thru. 49 Popeyes sandwiches, please. I never did try the sandwich from there that was huge. Never was able to. Heard conflicting reports about it, to be honest. So, I don't know, man. It might be the greatest chicken sandwich I've never had. 'Tis amazing, yeah. One day then. One day. There's not a Popeyes anywhere near me now. After I moved. There used to be. Let's get a quick recap of the team. Oh, before it's closing time here. Quarterbacks, we got Ritter, we got DTR, we got Matthew Stafford wearing 16 for some reason. Is there not a single number in the single digits available? Maybe not. Oh yeah, there is. Oh, 2. Well, how about 10? Matt Ryan retires, we immediately give his number to his mentor replacement, Matt Stafford. Running backs, we got Chubb, Harris, Allgear, and then Trace Sanders here. We'll give him a face and a different number other than 6, probably. Trace Sanders is an interesting player, by the way, at Bama. He could be in the Jahmyr Gibbs type of discussion next year for borderline first round talent that'll probably go in the second round as a running back. I know that's so surprising. Alabama running back would be considered for the NFL draft. I know, very shocking. We got our new guy in here. He is faster than Fitzpatrick. Maybe we trade John Fitzpatrick. No, I'm just kidding. I think the team's pretty much set for the next season. We got Greg in here for depth. He's only 6'3", but he is a pass protector, so I'm actually going to throw him at left tackle. Next, you're going to tell me that USC is a good receiver coming out? Nah, never. That's another one. They're not exactly a wide receiver factory, but they do always send one to the league, basically every year. Yeah, he's only a 64 at left tackle, but maybe that'll help him in his NFL career. Maybe he'll get picked up somewhere else eventually. Got Norwell. Davenport and Arnold on the edge. That's something else. It's not an elite duo. Like, it'd be great if we could have been able to sign Rashawn Gary that first off season, but I'm not like kicking myself like, oh, I can't believe it. We weren't able to sign him. No. It's actually exactly how I feel. Oh, why couldn't we sign him? Not really. I'd love for one of these corners to go up to Superstar, X Factor. Mainly Terrell or Diggs, not so much Gilmore. Or if, J.K. Johnson wants to randomly go up to X Factor, that'd be cool. He plays like 15 snaps all year and he gets 10 to 15 picks. That'd probably take him up to star at least, The interception numbers. Imagine telling that to a fourth string corner. All you gotta do this year is get yourself 10 picks, and then in Madden, you'll become a star. Don't you mean, X Factor? No. You'll be a star and you'll like it. That's it. Alright, here's our draft capital for next year. We got 3/3 and 4 fours. We're playing, what's that card game? We're playing Phase 10. Run of 8 and a suit of 5. I don't know. Phase 10, lol. Rummy, perhaps. I've received a report from FOF saying that NASCAR Heat is in some deep doo-doo. Some trouble, perhaps, in NASCAR Heat land. That does not surprise me at all. That does not surprise me based on other things I've heard. And the fact the latest game was just complete and utter horrible garbage. Gosh. Yeah, we're going to put Marvin at wide receiver 3. And maybe Hardman won't even be in the slot. I don't know what to do with Hardman. He still had 500 yards, 13 yards a catch, and 6 touchdowns. And then the first year he had over 1,013 touchdowns. Like, he's a valuable piece to have. I'm glad we have him. Just for this year, I want to focus more on Marvin's development. And by the way, Marvin did only have star, not superstar. Bit of a bummer. But still definitely worth the draft pick. This offense looks outstanding now. Like, still the offensive line, I mean, if you want to say, like, Warren's our weak link, I guess you could say that, but the floor of the offensive line has raised up quite a bit. I think we'll keep London in the slot. Maybe we put Marvin in the slot. Heck, I don't know. What if we keep Marvin at wide receiver 4, but we put him in the slot? That way Hardman will still play some, but then Marvin will play in the slot at times. I think maybe that's the way to go. Because Marvin's a lower overall than London. So we try to develop him over Drake, I guess. I don't know, man. I'll think about it. Nice that every offensive starter has higher than normal dev. Yeah, we've succeeded on that now for the whole team. That was something I wanted to accomplish, and it's been accomplished. What's the overalls here? 89 offense with an 88 defense. We got 2 X Factor linebackers coming in. Do we have any X Factors on offense? Oh, Pitts and Chubb. Okay, so we got 4 X Factors now. No superstars on an offense. Hopefully Ritter can make it there. It'd be nice if London or Marvin could make it there. And then on defense, it'd be really nice if, like, Arnold or Payne could get the superstar. And if Terrell and Diggs and Grant all want to get the X Factor, and if Chin wants to get the superstar, you know. Yeah, London did have the breakout challenges that he couldn't get done, unfortunately. It's just going to take having a really good season to get him up. I don't know if that'll happen. I don't know how long we'll have Jake Matthews and Joel Bitonio for either. But I'm glad they're there for now. I still think Jones and Warren are our long-term tackles. Warren at left tackle. And then Jones will slide to right when the time comes. Yeah, the pass pro here is... I mean, he got drafted. I think he only had 63 pass protection. He's had a lot of upgrades. And also moving from left tackle to right guard. I think upped it by 1 or 2 maybe. But yeah, it's a much better team now. Lindstrom at center. Allgear at fullback. Some little things I changed. Position based. Papo looking to be a very good draft pick at this point. Martin with the hidden dev could be a starter down the road. Because we're probably not going to keep Shaq a super long time, to be honest. Yeah, let's end off by, you know, we have this excitement for the team and for this year, but let's take a peek at what's coming, because what's coming is us having to sign a lot of players and running out of money. We're going to have to bring back Ritter. He's going to want not a massive contract. It's going to be, you know, somewhere in the double digits. I don't know if it'll even be like 20 mil per. I don't know. I really don't know what he'll want. And then Stafford being a mentor will help bring it down slightly, I guess. Good on running backs. Maybe we trade Damian Harris next year. He'll be in the last year of his deal. That would free up some all gears in the final year. Ayuk, we're going to probably just have to let him go, which we plan for. Kyle Pitts needs a contract. Matthews will be going into the final year of his deal. Maybe we I'll say restructure. And what I mean by restructure is cut and then re-sign him at the start of the season. Like cut once we get to the the preseason, and then immediately bring him back. It'll probably be cheaper that way. What else? Antonio's only got 1 year. We'll have to see if he wants to come back or if he retires. Good with Lindstrom, Jones, and Warren for now. Davenport still has 2. There's a chance maybe he gets traded next year. Arnold needs a new contract. I'm probably going to want to keep him. Grady Jarrett, I think he's on the lifetime contract now. I think I'll keep giving him 1 year deals till he retires. Shaq has 2, so we're going to be paying him again next year. Okay, Warner also has 2. And Papo still with 2. We're good on our corners, both Terrell and Diggs. And yeah, we did have to overpay Diggs in free agency, huh? But not by much. He only got $5 million more total. It's not that much. Gilmore for 1 more year for only $11 million as our 3rd corner. It's a really nice contract. Grant got signed long term. Chin's signed long term. Yeah, I don't know why Chin was so... Like, that contract right there, it's still not that bad for as good as he is. But I don't know why Grant was so cheap. I'll take it, but I don't know why. Koo still has 2 years of being very expensive for a kicker. That's not like Justin Tucker. So, hopefully we can pay him a little less on his next deal. And then we're just kind of going year to year with punter. We got Townsend this year. So, yeah, we're going to have to keep Kyle Pitts. We're going to have to keep... I would keep Batonio if he wants to stay. So, got to keep him. Ayuk's going to go. Got to keep Grady Jarrett. Gilmore probably can go. But I said that last year and I ended up bringing him back. Punters year to year. Bring back Arnold. Algier, I suppose, can come back. I don't know. And then Ritter down here. Depth for Malone. Robinson's depth. All these other guys are depth. So there's like 6 players or so that we're going to want to re-sign. It's going to get very expensive. Very, very expensive. Coop paid way too much for sure. Yeah. That's a lot for, like, in real life for the Falcons, who haven't been super good here in a while. That's a lot of money to pay for your kicker. But I mean, ask some teams throughout history, in recent history, if they would have liked to have a fairly reliable kicker on their roster. They would say yes, would be my guess. But anyway, Mullet, Shadow, you were here. I think that was... I don't think there was anyone else that commented. Thanks for hanging out once again. There's my cat once again to cry at me. He's reliable IRL, but misses quite a bit in the sim. He did miss a lot in the first year. Last year was a little better. Yep, no problem. It's been fun for me. I probably will stream again. Thanks for the co-commentary, yeah. What are the, let's see, I already looked at today's games. What are the college basketball games start times for tomorrow? 24th. 24. The same time, 6:30. So yeah, I probably stream again. Get through another season. 3 seasons in 3 days. This is unheard of for my stream and for my channel.